So friends, recently I watched a pretty interesting supernatural horror movie called The Conjuring Tape. This movie is quite different, very confusing at times too. There are many characters shown together in one story, each in their own subplot. So, to make sure you don't get confused, I've already explained a lot of things right from the beginning. That's why you need to watch carefully from the start so you won't feel lost later. Now this movie, The Conjuring Tape, feels a lot like Sinister. Obviously, it's not on that same level, but yes, it's made in a similar way. So I hope you'll really enjoy it. The movie begins with the word conjuring. You've probably heard that word many times, but what does it actually mean? Well, any process used to invoke or awaken a demon, spirit, devil, or paranormal entity, whether through rituals or unnatural means, is called conjuring. The story starts by showing Molly, who is asleep at home. Suddenly, she wakes up and notices that her room door is open. Worried, she steps outside, and there she finds her friend Sarah, who looks terrified, tired and panicked. Crying, Sarah shoots herself with a gun. Right then, Molly wakes up again, because it was actually a nightmare. Maybe something similar had really happened before, and that's why she keeps having these nightmares every night. Now she gets ready and goes to Sarah's house, where she finds some creepy drawings made by Sarah. One of them had a sentence written on it: "Beware of Mr. Magpie," and another line said, "Mr. Magpie is watching everything." Anyway, Molly looks through Sarah's stuff and finds some old tapes. Just then, Sam shows up. She's the common friend between Molly and Sarah. Basically, the three of them are best friends. But right now, Sarah isn't with them, so clearly something terrible has happened to her. From Molly's nightmares, we can assume Sarah isn't alive anymore. Molly found a few tapes with different names. She plays one of them, and both Molly and Sam start watching it. The first tape is titled Ouija Board Death, Part 2. Inside that story, we see another Sam, but this isn't Molly's friend. It's a completely different woman who just happens to look the same and has the same name. So in this story, we see Sam's husband Jason, who finds an old camera and some tapes among his belongings. He playfully starts recording everything. Later, Sam comes home, and that evening they go to visit Jennifer and her fiancé Gary, Jason's old school friends who live nearby. They walk over to their house. It's a small get-together, some laughs and fun moments. Then Jason suggests making Ouija Board Death, Part 2. And yes, this is the same tape Molly and Sam are currently watching. Now, in this story, Sam feels a bit uneasy. When she was in high school, she once went on a drive with her friend, and they got into an accident where her friend died. Feeling guilty, Sam once tried to summon her friend's spirit using a Ouija board, but things went horribly wrong, and ever since, she's been skeptical and afraid of Ouija boards. Everyone tries to comfort her and convince her that it's all in the past. They tell her that if she's not comfortable, she doesn't need to play. She can just be the camera person. She agrees. So the others, Jennifer, Gary, and Jason, start playing with the Ouija board. While Sam records the video, Jennifer starts acting possessed, doing a creepy butcher role for fun. They laugh and finish their little short film, and that's the tape we're watching now. Later, Sam and Jason leave for home. On the way, Jason keeps recording, and Sam tells him to stop. She's clearly irritated. She says Jason might enjoy hanging out with his friends, but she's never felt like one of them, and she hates the Ouija stuff, especially since Jason already knew her past yet still made her play along. Jason laughs it off, still recording. Suddenly, they see a shadowy figure on the road ahead, but when they look again, it's gone. Sam, still angry, ignores it, and Jason also dismisses it. They reach home. Sam is still upset, and Jason continues filming. She tells him she hates the Ouija board because it haunted her for years. She lived with guilt and even experienced hauntings. She warns him again to stay away from such things. Just then, the lights go out. Jason checks the fuse, but everything's fine. Even the neighbors have power. So there's no power cut, no electrical fault. He comes back inside and sees someone moving under the blanket. But when he lifts it, no one's there. He's shocked. He calls for Sam, searches the rooms, but she's nowhere to be found. Now all the doors are locked on their own. He's panicking, and suddenly a ghost appears. Terrified, he runs outside, but the same ghost is out there too. Remember that ghost's face, you'll need it later. Meanwhile, the video glitches, showing random footage, and now we clearly see Sarah. Something's definitely wrong with these tapes. The clip jumps back. Jason somehow escapes to Gary's house, where he finds Jennifer scared and crying. She says Sam came there, completely possessed. Jason goes upstairs and sees the possessed Sam biting Gary's neck, killing him. The ghost downstairs attacks Jennifer, and finally both the ghost and possessed Sam surround Jason. The tape ends there. Back to the present, Molly and Sam are shocked. Molly asks Sam, "What were you doing in that footage?" But Sam has no idea how someone who looks exactly like her is in that tape. Molly suspects Sam and Sarah made that video together. Sam firmly denies it. She even stopped taking Sarah's calls because Sarah had started acting strange, calling over and over, saying weird things. It was clear she needed help. After their argument, they play another tape called Possession. This one shows Dave and Johnny, two young videographers. Johnny films haunted places and sells the videos online for money. One day, a girl named Gabby calls them to her apartment. She says another girl there is possessed. When they arrive, the girl truly looks terrifying. Suddenly, Gabby points a gun at them and demands help. Both men are confused. Dave gets scared, but Johnny thinks it's all a prank, that the gun is fake and Gabby is just acting. So they start recording. They go into the possessed girl's room, but she's missing. Dave walks into another room. The girl suddenly drops from the ceiling and attacks him. Meanwhile, Gabby holds Johnny at gunpoint. They can't find Dave or the girl anymore. Johnny finds Dave's camera on the floor and then spots the possessed girl wandering around. He hides in the bathroom, but the girl attacks him there and vanishes. When he comes out, Gabby shoots at him. He runs, finds Dave tied up, now possessed. Gabby shoots Johnny, and the tape ends. So yes, the gun wasn't fake, and everything Johnny assumed was wrong. Back to Molly and Sam again. Molly asks why Sam recorded all this, but Sam keeps saying she has nothing to do with it. Now each footage seems to have characters who look like them, making Molly even more suspicious. Suddenly, the possessed girl in the footage looks like Molly, though Molly insists it looked like Sam. So clearly, the tapes are messing with their minds. They're cursed, not normal tapes at all. These tapes confuse people, play with their perceptions. Sam, frustrated, grabs more tapes, determined to find the truth. Molly warns her they should leave, but Sam plays the next one, titled Grace. This story begins with Amanda, a psychiatric doctor. She's given a new case by another doctor, but she refuses because a previous case caused her son's death and led to her divorce. That old case, which she thought was psychiatric, turned out to be paranormal. Since then, she stopped taking such cases. Still, she's convinced to handle this one, a boy named Michael who needs help. She tells her ex-husband Steven about it. He warns her not to do it, reminding her how badly things ended last time. But Amanda ignores him and decides to meet next week anyway. The therapy runs for 3 days. On day 1, Michael seems scared and troubled. He keeps saying he isn't a bad person. He doesn't want to hurt anyone, but Mr. Magpie makes him do it. Amanda asks, "Who's Mr. Magpie?" But he won't answer. Session ends. Later, Amanda records notes saying she suspects mental illness and plans to try hypnosis next. Next day, during hypnosis, the room's lights and camera start flickering. Michael's tone changes. Now Mr. Magpie is speaking through him. He says he loves taking souls, and that he sees someone whose birthday is today. Amanda asks, "Whose birthday?" And suddenly, Michael speaks in her dead son's voice. Amanda is horrified. After the session, she calls Steven for help. He says it's all in her head, tells her to forget it, and hangs up. Next day, Michael returns. Amanda wants to talk to her son again, but Michael insists he doesn't even know her son. She pressures him. He keeps denying, until finally, her son's voice returns, saying, "The bad man is taking my eyes out." Mr. Magpie takes over completely, mocks her, and Amanda, in a frenzy, gouges out Michael's eyes, killing him. Later, she's seen singing while holding her son's photo, then gets a call and leaves. Tape ends. By now, it's clear the main entity behind every tape is Mr. Magpie. Back in the present, Molly says she saw that name on Sarah's drawings too. Suddenly, from the TV's black screen, Mr. Magpie's voice echoes. She will be reborn in darkness. A dark figure appears on screen. A new tape starts, showing an organization called SRO, the Sacred Redemption Order. They claim to serve God, but it's obvious they actually worship a demon. They believe they're cleansing people of evil, but in reality they're doing the opposite. Their leader is Sharon. SRO has many followers who claim to be healed. Their testimonies are uploaded online, drawing more people in. Among them is Kira, a podcast host investigating SRO, along with her partner Rob. She meets Annie, whose brother joined SRO's camp. Annie wants to see her brother, and Kira wants to uncover the truth. They get invited to the camp, so they go together with Rob. On the way, armed SRO guards escort them, taking their phones, blindfolding them, so they can't record anything. Rob and Annie are scared, but Kira insists they're too close to turn back. At the camp, Sharon welcomes them. She gives a speech saying people call her group evil, but she's only doing God's work, removing sin from souls. Then she calls Jason, Annie's brother, on stage. He looks calm, even happy. There's a strange symbol on his body. Suddenly, Sharon gestures to Annie, and Annie shoots Jason dead. She was part of them all along. She only brought Kira there as bait. Rob and Kira are knocked unconscious. When they wake up, they're inside a dark cave. They find a recorder with Annie's message saying, "Now you'll both see how the SRO truly rebirths people." Then a possessed person appears and attacks them, killing them both. Tape ends. Now the shocking part. The SRO followers from the footage are the same ones chanting outside Molly and Sam's house right now. The TV shuts off. Mr. Magpie has arrived. He's no god, he's the demon the cult worships. Suddenly, the demon pulls Molly and Sam inside the TV. When the screen turns back on, we see Molly, Sam, and Sarah trapped inside, terrified. Remember all those faces? Now it makes sense. Mr. Magpie had said they would be reborn, and they are inside the tapes. They keep reappearing as different characters, forgetting who they were before. In the first story, Molly, Sam, and Sarah. Second, Molly and Sam. Third, Sam. Fourth, Molly and Sarah. And now this final tape, the Conjuring Tapes, features all three again. Their souls are fully consumed. Sarah was the first victim. When she started acting crazy and making weird drawings, it was because Mr. Magpie had already possessed her. The cult then spread those cursed tapes to capture more souls for the demon. Just like in Sinister, where Bagul used tapes to possess kids, Mr. Magpie does the same here, using these tapes to trap souls and grow stronger. So the next victim who watches these tapes will also fall into the same curse. The demon will keep feeding. That's why I told you at the beginning, remember every face, because every single face, Sam, Molly, and Sarah, keeps returning, their minds twisted by the demon until they suspect each other. And in the end, all three, Sam, Molly, and Sarah, fall completely under the demon's power. The cult's mission is fulfilled. And with that, the Conjuring Tapes movie ends. So friends, that was the full story of the Conjuring Tapes. I hope you finally understood it now. Basically, the SRO cult was behind everything, trying to bring the demon Mr. Magpie back to life. He needed many souls to be reborn, and those cursed tapes were the key. By now, he's already consumed several souls, and every story we saw was part of that cycle. You might wonder, why do the same characters appear in every story? Well, maybe Sam, Molly, and Sarah actually died long ago, and what we're seeing are their rebirths, just as Mr. Magpie said. Perhaps he erases their memories and uses them to lure new victims. So I hope now everything makes sense to you. If it did, please like the video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If something's still unclear, ask in the comments. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay ghostly.